Well, Merry Christmas, Village Church. We certainly want to wish all of you from the staff at the Village Church a wonderful Christmas, no matter how you're spending it this year. We want to begin today with a reading from Matthew chapter 2. It begins in verse 1. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem, in Judea, during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born, the King of the Jews? We saw his star in the east and have come to worship him." When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had called together all the people's chief priests and teachers of the law, he asked them where the Christ was to be born. "In Bethlehem of Judea," they replied, "for this is what the prophet has written. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah. For out of you will come a ruler, who will be the shepherd of my people Israel." Then Herod called the Magi secretly, and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem, and said, "Go and make a careful search for the child. As soon as you find him, report to me, so that I too may go and worship him." After they had heard the king, they went on their way. And the star they had seen in the east went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. And when they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold and of incense and of myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route. Now, our focus verse for today is verse 11. When they saw the young child with his mother Mary, they fell down and they worshipped him. 2020 has been a crazy year, and I don't know what you may be searching for this Christmas or what you're looking for this Christmas. But know this, all that you need has been found in the child in a manger. Christmas is all about Christ. He was born in the humblest of settings, yet heaven above was filled with the songs of angels. His birthplace was a cattle shed, yet a star brought the rich and noble from thousands of miles away to worship him. His birth was contrary to the laws of life, and his death was contrary to the laws of death. Yet no miracle is greater than his birth, his life, his death, his resurrection, and his teachings. He had no cornfields or fisheries, yet he spread a table for 5,000 and had bread and fish to spare. He never stood on expensive carpeting, yet he walked on the waters, and they supported him. His crucifixion was the crime of the century, yet from God's perspective, no less a price could have made possible our redemption. When he died, few mourned his passing, yet God hung a black cape over the sun. Those who crucified him did not tremble at what they'd done, yet the earth shook under them. Sin never touched him. Corruption could not get hold of his body. The soil that was reddened with his blood could not claim his dust. For over 3 years, he preached the gospel. He wrote no book, he had no headquarters, and he built no organization. Yet 2,000 years later, he's the central figure of human history, the perpetual theme of all preaching, the pivot around which the ages revolve, and the only Redeemer of the human race. At this season of celebration and gift-giving, let's join the wise men who fell down and worshipped him. Let's remember, Christmas is about Christ. I hope you all enjoy celebrating with your families, whether it be in person, via Zoom, or however it may look this year. But as you gather together, remember that we celebrate Jesus Christ. Have a very, very Merry Christmas. Don't forget, we do have worship on Sunday. You can join us online or in person, and we look forward to 2021 being a year of God's continued blessings over all of us at the Village Church. We love you. Merry Christmas.